everybody, this is Rustin with Metalholic Magazine and Access Entertainment. With us today, brother Danny, here for 5 Minutes of Mayhem, Asking Alexandria. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Tired, exhausted, but breathing.
We're only 4 days into this, only 4 days into Mayhem.
Oh, I know. I've been definitely non-stop though. And we've got our trainer out, we're working out all day, every day, and it's just draining. Training, and I mean, I was in the studio right before this, and then tour right before. It's been non-stop.
Training, so you guys are trying to get in shape from all the partying you guys
we're trying to be better at what we do. we've taken it as just fun for too long.
Starting to get a little bit older, and the body's not recouping as quickly as it used to.
It's not recuperating at all. That's the problem.
So now this is you guys were here 2012. We were just talking about. What did you sort of learn from that tour that sort of helps you prepare for stuff like this, for these big festival tours?
We know that Motorhead drink more than us. I don't know. I think it was less learning. Cause we've been doing these things for 8 years, but it was more so just refreshing to be on such a well-organized and such a family-orientated tour, where it's all the bands and all the crew and all the production and everyone. We're all kind of in it together, and there's no separation. It's just lots of camaraderie, and I don't know. It's a very comfortable environment. And we wake up every morning, go straight to production, say hello to all them, and after the show, I go back there and we do shots and drink wine. And I don't know. It's a team rather than a lot of tours, festival tours, where every band views it as them against the world, and they have to prove something, and they're by themselves. It's this one big happy family.
Yeah, that's sort of the sense I got over the years of doing this. Is there's just a very different vibe to Mayhem, very big sense of camaraderie and everything.
Definitely.
So.
I mean, there's obviously colossal acts every year. I mean, last time we did it, there was Motorhead and Slayer and Anthrax, and we sat hanging out with them. They're just the friendliest dudes in the world. This year, I mean, we've got Body Count and Avenged and Korn and stuff. Korn and Avenged we've been touring with for years, so they're great friends of ours. But everyone's awesome. I mean, there isn't anyone that has a chip on the shoulder about anything, and everyone shares everything, and it's just, let's have a good time. Let's make this is a vacation for all of us at the end of the day. I mean, the ones who have it the worst work-wise, Avenged, they're on stage for an hour and a half a day.
Right.
That's their day. And then there's a bunch of days off. And I mean, we're here, we play for 35 minutes, and then we're just hanging out and having a summer vacation.
It's like it's adult camp.
Yeah.
Adult summer camp.
It's grown-up camp.
So what sort of shenanigans do you guys sort of get in behind the scenes? Because I've heard all sorts of stories.
Nothing on this one so far. Like I said, we're taking our health seriously and trying to get in shape. So we haven't really been doing very much debaucherous shit. The other day we had a day off and everyone was expecting us to just go wild. Just laid out in the sun for a few hours, played with my dog, and then went to Walmart, picked up supplies, and then worked out and went to bed.
Well, it was a nice segue. You're talking about your dog. You and Ben just did that PETA 2 thing about adopting pets. Talk a little bit about that, if you would.
There isn't much really I can say about it because I didn't really know what was happening until it happened. No, but I mean, everyone in the band are dog lovers. We all have dogs, and I mean, it's definitely a cause that we support. To awake all of the people are fucking slimy, malicious fuckers. Dogs just love.
Right. So I watched the video that you two did. It's always hilarious watching you two talk. You guys play off each other.
We have
so
our dynamics.
So the new album that came out last year, rumor has it you guys are going to maybe be reissuing it with a bunch of new stuff.
That was the plan. There were the forces that be kind of put their foot down on that one and ruined that. So we were like, well, fuck it, let's write a new album. That's what we're doing now.
I was going to say, good segue, because you guys normally go on a certain pattern. You guys wrote this one 2 years ago. It's only been out for a year, so how's that going so far?
It's going great. I think today should be song 5 for the next album. And we're taking a bunch of months off at the beginning of 2015, in which I'm going to be touring with Harlot. But I think we're taking like 6 months off. recording that album, finishing up writing it, and making it the best album it can be.
Well, you guys sort of have had an evolution because you guys started, I mean, you're still very young, but you guys started really young with the band and everything, and every album's been a little bit more of an evolution. Where do you see things going with the next album and beyond?
It is again a very, very different album. All of our albums have sounded different to the one prior, and I don't think that'll ever change. I've always been a firm standpoint that I will never release the same album twice. I'll never release something that sounds like someone else has done.
Right.
All the kids that complain and they want Stand Up and Scream, just put Stand Up and Scream in your fucking CD player, because I'm never going to make that album again.
Right.
I mean, even with From Death to Destiny, I'm never going to do From Death to Destiny 2. This album's not going to sound like From Death to Destiny. It's going to be something completely different again. Because, I mean, that's who I am and who we are. When me and Ben sit down to write, it's just whatever falls out of us, whatever we feel like writing at the time, and it's never something we've written before. Right. But it's sounding very fresh and different. I can't even describe the sound yet. It's such early days, and it's so different. I can kind of equate it to, I guess, how when Foo Fighters released the album with a Pretender on, and it was because they'd done the prior album where they did half of it heavier, half of it acoustic,
right,
and then they found a way to blend them both together. That's kind of what we're doing on this album, where we're finding a way to blend that rock side in with the metal side and just make it into this completely new sound, this new entity that hopefully is just the defining point of our career.
Right, because there's sort of a lot of that 80s vibe on the last album, which you said you guys were sort
massive.
of aiming towards.
We're rock and rollers.
So I have to ask, are we ever going to see this famous Asking Alexandria? I call it the documentary. Are we ever going to see this thing?
Yeah, it hasn't gone into filming yet. The script is still in works. It's difficult to get kind of all the stories in place because it's so scattered, especially in our memories.
Right.
Because we were so fucked up over those years that it's hard to get it all together and then figure out the chronological order of it all. I mean, there are stories that like I'm telling it and I'm convinced it happened then, and then it leads into a story. I'm like, wait, but that hadn't even happened, or had already happened before. It's trying to muddle through all this insanity and all these memories that are scattered across our brains and put them together into one story. And yeah, it's mostly mine and Ben's recollections, which are not very good, from over the years and piecing it together. It's in the works. I have no idea when it's going to be out. I don't even know when filming is going to start. Filming will probably start end of 2015, so we'll be looking end of 2016 for release.
So aside from all those things, anything else going on in the AA camp we should know about?
Not really. We have this, then we have 2 months off, then we head out to Europe for a headline tour, and then 6 months, 7 months off.
Writing, recording.
They're writing, recording. I'm out with Harlot. And I'm kind of in the studio in between those tours.
Gotcha.
The fucking impossible task of having 2 bands in this day and age. That is the price I pay. I signed up for it. Then just hitting the road again.
Nice.
Summer 2015.
So before we get out of here, just for fun, what's your first tattoo? What's the story behind it?
First tattoo is right here with Mr. Ben Bruce in Dubai. I went on vacation with him, and my parents, before I left, told me that, because they've been telling me for years, if they ever get a tattoo, they'll kick me out of the house. So obviously I left day 1 with Ben, came back with a tattoo.
Was it the Ace of Spades?
Yep, no, that's something else.
Oh, something else, gotcha.
That's my other band's secret logo, which is all about drinking and narcotics.
Danny of Asking Alexandria out here on Mayhem Day 4. Thanks so much for taking the time. Looking forward to the show tonight.
It's going to be good.
Thanks.